Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl Cashapp LaShaWright, and I'm back with another video. And today's video is do not be afraid. Don't be afraid to take that next step. Don't be afraid to take those risks. Don't be afraid to step it up, right? Don't be afraid to make certain decisions that you may not know the outcome or the result, right? And though you may know consequences, you may not know results or outcomes. Those two different, compared to consequences. Consequences are something that are naturally going to happen. Those are things that, despite what you do, despite the reasons of your doings, this always has to happen to anybody who does it, no matter what they choose, right? So don't be afraid to live in your truth. Don't be afraid to be bold, to be courageous, to live a life that you desire. Don't be afraid to do something different, to try something new, to eat different things and be healthier, be happier. Don't be afraid to figure it out. Even if it's hard to figure out, even if you don't know the answers, don't be afraid. Don't get it messy. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of being accountable. Don't be afraid of responsibilities. Don't be afraid of what this life has to offer you, because you don't know what's going to happen next, nor do I. Don't be afraid of what the future may hold or what decisions may bring. Don't be afraid of what obligations that this life has designed you for or assigned you for. Don't be afraid to be an adult, to grow up, to live in growth. Don't be afraid of the mistakes. Don't be afraid of the shame. Don't be afraid of the things you say, things you do, or the things you feel. Don't be afraid, because you're powerful, you're courageous, and you're bold, and there's so many things that you can do if you truly believe in yourself. So this message is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of standing out and not fitting in. Don't be afraid of being original. Don't be afraid of being authentic. Don't be afraid of being spontaneous or romantic or a dreamer or somebody who's highly ambitious or an achiever, or somebody who tries new things all the time, somebody who's into luxury and one day decides to be a minimalist. Don't be afraid to switch it up. Don't be afraid. It's hard, I get it. It's hard to switch lives. It's hard to switch and change over to something different. It's hard not knowing things. It's hard. Everything in life that is worth doing or worth pursuing or worth having, it's hard. I'm gonna be honest, it's hard, but it's worth it. And if you're doing things that put fear in your heart, put concern in your mind, then maybe you really care about it more than you think. And maybe it's something you should stick to. Because fear shouldn't be something that stops you from doing what you want. Fear is not something that should stop you from being who you want or making decisions. There's times I'm like, I want God to make decisions for me. But I believe the only easy decision I've ever made in my entire life was choosing to love God and choosing to accept God and have God in my life. That is the only easiest decision I've ever made in my life, and it's the only decision I'll always choose, and I'll always accept, and I'll always love, right? And all the rest of them, I don't regret those, but I believe that because that was the most easiest decision of my entire life, right? God is the love of my life. And though God is in me, and God is in the world, and in everybody and everything, and it's energy, and it's us, it's you, it's me, it's the universe, Though it's everywhere, and even in me, I always love that decision, right? I don't ever share that with anybody. I always loved that one decision because it was like the most easiest. It wasn't like a contradicting decision. It was like, oh, I'm not sure about this. It was one of those like, I'm so sure this is what I want. I truly believe in this. Like, no doubts about it. But you don't never know anything. You don't ever know what's going to happen next. You don't know all the answers. You're always walking on this unknown path. Though you're in the tunnel, it's always some light. It's just, and you're being a light, though there's darkness, you know. So I'm just saying, don't be afraid of what this life has to offer. We don't know the infinite opportunities or the infinite abundance that might come our way. I can do exceedingly beyond all and you ask or think. I mean, this is for believers, you know. If it's not for you or it doesn't resonate with you, let it fly. Let it go over your head, okay? I can do exceedingly beyond all you ask or think. I got plans to prosper you and not harm you. It's just so many great things that I truly believe. Like, I wouldn't be this far in my life if it wasn't for the guidance, the love, the protection, and the being here. Though, I think the only biggest thing that I'm bothered by with my connection and my relationship with God was always, like, not being able to hug God, like, have somebody to hug, you know, or not knowing how God actually is, like, how He is, or how God is, and ask God, like, how are you? Like, how's your day? Like, how are you doing? Is everything all right? You know? Not being able to be present with Him, or not being able to converse the way we converse here on earth, get that constructive criticism, know where I'm flawed, where I make mistakes, and how I need to improve. Like, not hearing those things from the one that created me, it bothers me so badly. I get it that we have people on earth that helps us in that aspect, but man, it'd be so wonderful. It'd be such an honor. It'd be so amazing to experience that with God, you know, and just to hear that conversion, that conversation of God saying, hey, you need to work on this. You're doing good in this. I love this about you. Like, all these, I think that'd be awesome. And for me, God is like the celebrity that I've never met, that I've always loved since I was a child. So I really want to encourage everybody, and if this part of the video doesn't resonate with you, that's fine, you know. You can stop it once I start talking about God. But if the parts before this resonate, then fine, that's cool. But I truly believe that, you know, there's so much to believe in, and there's so much to go on and believe and live on in, that we can't totally allow fear to stop us from being great. But I'm concerned about my future. I won't lie about that. I won't lie and say that I don't stay up late at night not knowing, wanting to know some answers, like not knowing whether this will get done, or whether the solution will be, whether even if I know the solution, will I be able to act upon the answer I know, or just so many things about living that sometimes bother me, right? But I'm human. I'm not perfect. I'm still a child of God. I still accept the fact that though things are hard, they can get better, you know, because it's not always high moments, it's not always slow moments. There are balances, so sometimes you have great moments in life. But I truly believe it's a blessing to be here, and I'm really grateful for all the things I can do in this world, and everything that I'm gifted with, and all the things that I'm learning as a person, and all the growth that comes with that. It's just extraordinary. Now, sometimes I do believe because I'm very overachieving and hard on myself, I make things a lot harder, and I rack my brain when it comes to numbers, because I'm always like, let me calculate this and see what this comes up with. Let me see, I'll have like multiple solutions for one problem. I'll always have the best solution at the top, and I'll have the next best solution. The last two are like the least best solutions. Like they're like good solutions, but they're like the ones that I would like save for last. Like after all the best ones no longer work. Like I'm a kind of person, like if I'm gonna do something, I want the best of it. If I'm gonna get a computer, I want the best computers that exist within our generation. If I get the best at this point in my life, I want the best, right? I want the best phone, the best vehicle, the best cars. I'm not a person who's materialistic, but when I say that if I'm going to invest my time, my energy, and my money into anything or anybody, I want the best, right? Because I deserve the best. I work hard to get the best, and I work hard to rack my brain to maintain the best. So in order to be the person I am, I need to have the best. I need to have the best. I can't speak for anybody else. I need to have the best because I do my best. I give my all and I exert my energy to make sure that I maintain what I have, and I use it to its full abundance and its full appreciation till it no longer has the value that it once had. So that's just me. But I don't know about you. But this video is don't be afraid. Love you guys.